Successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. If you are not willing to risk the usual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. Success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying the basic fundamentals. Success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying the basic fundamentals. Start from wherever you are and with whatever you've got. How long should you try? Until. Success is nothing more than a few disciplines practiced every day. Success is not to be pursued, it is to be attracted by the person you become. Successful people have libraries. The rest have big screen TVs. If there is one critical ingredient for your successful quest for both wealth and happiness, it is discipline. Success is doing ordinary things extraordinarily well. Each of us has two distinct choices to make about what we will do with our lives. The first choice we can make is to be less than we have the capacity to be. To earn less. To have less. To read less and think less. To try less and discipline ourselves less. These are the choices that lead to an empty life. These are the choices that lead to an empty life. These are the choices that, once made, lead to a life of constant apprehension instead of a life of wondrous anticipation. And the second choice, to do it all, to become all that we can possibly be, to read every book that we possibly can, to earn as much as we possibly can, to give and share as much as we possibly can, to strive and produce and accomplish as much as we possibly can. Success recipe: 2 cups faith, 2 cups love, 1 cup hard work, 1 cup persistence, 1 tablespoon vision and a dash of swagger. Whether we are working to improve our health, wealth, personal achievement, or professional enterprise, the difference between triumphant success or bitter failure lies in the degree of our commitment to seek out, study, and apply those half-dozen things. Success is the continual unfolding of the design of your life and pulling it off. That's what success is. There are only 3 colors, 10 digits, and 7 notes. It's what you do with them that's important. Goals. There's no telling what you can do when you get inspired by them. There's no telling what you can do when you believe in them. There's no telling what will happen when you act upon them. If you don't sow, you don't reap. You don't even have a chance. You must be careful not to let your current appetite steal away any chance we might have for a future feast. You have 2 choices. You can make a living or you can design a life. We cannot move casually into a better future. We cannot casually pursue the goal we have set for ourselves. A goal that is casually pursued is not a goal. At best it is a wish, and wishes is little more than self-delusion. If you go to work on your goals will go to work on you. If you go to work on your plan will go to work on you. Whatever good things we build end up building us. If you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan, and guess what they have planned for you? Not much. When you know what you want, and you want it bad enough, you'll find a way to get it. The ultimate reason for setting goals is to entice you to become the person it takes to achieve them. Taking the time to sit down and write out your goals for the present, the near future, and the more remote future is a necessary part of transforming your life. The difference between a goal-directed individual and someone without goals is like the difference between a Wimbledon champion and a kid batting a tennis ball around on a court with no net, no opponent to bring out the best in him, and no way of keeping score. I find it fascinating that most people plan their vacations with better care than they plan their lives. Perhaps that is because escape is easier than change. Goals are like a magnet, they pull. And the stronger they are, the more purposeful they are, the bigger they are, the more unique they are, the stronger they pull. Don't set your goals too low. If you don't need much, you won't become much. We all need lots of powerful long-range goals to help us pass the short-term obstacles. Start reading, and especially read the kinds of books that will help you unleash your inner potential. Everyone must choose one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. For every disciplined effort, there is a multiple reward. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. We must all wage an intense, lifelong battle against the constant downward pull. If we relax, the bugs and weeds of negativity will move into the garden and take away everything of value. What works is the fourth philosophy, which I like to call the philosophy of performance and productivity. With this philosophy, you do what is necessary to improve yourself and your capabilities. You learn to do more and be more. Either you run the day or the day runs you. Excuses are the nails used to build a house of failure. You can have more than you've got because you can become more than you are. Failure is simply few errors in judgment, repeated every day. The difficulties you will meet will resolve themselves as you advance. Get around people who have something of value to share with you. Their impact will continue to have a significant effect on your life long after they have departed. The problem with waiting until tomorrow is that when it finally arrives, it is called today. Days are expensive. When you spend a day, you have one less day to spend. So make sure you spend each one wisely. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. Happiness is not something you postpone for the future. It is something you design for the present. The major key to your better future is you. You must take personal responsibility. You cannot change the circumstances, the seasons, or the wind, but you can change yourself. That is something you have charge of. Learning is the beginning of wealth. Learning is the beginning of health. Learning is the beginning of spirituality. Searching and learning is where the miracle process all begins. I am a buyer of blank books. Kids find it interesting that I would buy a blank book. They say, $26 for a blank book. Why would you pay that? The reason I pay $26 is to challenge myself to find something worth $26 to put in there. All my journals are private, but if you ever got hold of one of them, you wouldn't have to look very far to discover it is worth more than $26. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Your level of success will seldom exceed your level of personal development. Reading is essential for those who seek to rise above the ordinary. Unless you change how you are, you'll always have what you've got. Invest in yourself, invest in your own self-education, and then take that knowledge and use it to help others get what they want and need out of life. In the process, you will acquire power and financial freedom. Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Formal education will make you a living, self-education will make you a fortune. Don't join an easy crowd, you won't grow. Go where the expectations and the demands to perform are high. Your personal philosophy is the greatest determining factor in how your life works out. Kids don't lack capacity, only teachers. You cannot succeed by yourself. It's hard to find a rich hermit. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Kids are curious. Kids are watching ants while adults are stepping on them. One person caring about another represents life's greatest value. Get around people who have something of value to share with you. Their impact will continue to have a significant effect on your life long after they have departed. Time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. I remember saying to my mentor, if I had more money, I would have a better plan. He quickly responded, I would suggest that if you had a better plan, you would have more money. You see, it's not the amount that counts, it's the plan that counts. Never begrudge the money you spend on your own education. Don't spend all of your money a quarter at a time. Save up and buy something special, something fine, something of lasting value, or something that will give you rich memories for a lifetime. Remember, all that candy money can add up to a small fortune. Shortly after I met my mentor, he asked me, Mr. Rohn, how much money have you saved and invested over the last 6 years? And I said, none. He then asked, who sold you on that plan? Money is usually attracted, not pursued. We all know a variety of ways to make a living. What's even more fascinating is figuring out ways to make a fortune. Wealth is not a matter of intelligence, it's a matter of inspiration. The challenge of leadership is to be strong, but not rude, be kind, but not weak, be bold, but not bully, be thoughtful, but not lazy, be humble, but not timid, be proud, but not arrogant, have humor but without folly. Let others lead small lives, but not you. Let others argue over small things, but not you. Let others cry over small hurts, but not you. Let others leave their future in someone else's hands, but not you. Effective communication is 20% what you know and 80% how you feel about what you know. A good objective of leadership is to help those who are doing poorly to do well and to help those who are doing well to do even better. If you want to be a leader who attracts quality people, the key is to become a person of quality yourself. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. Don't wish it were easier. wish you were better. Without a sense of urgency, desire loses its value. Those who will not read are no better off than those who cannot read. What you become is far more important than what you get. We must all suffer one of two things: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. You want to set a goal that is big enough that in the process of achieving it you become someone worth becoming. Motivation alone is not enough. If you have an idiot and you motivate him, now you have a motivated idiot. You cannot make progress without making decisions. If you are not willing to risk the unusual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, practiced every day. We get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. It takes time, but we get paid for the value, not the time. Life and business is like the changing seasons. You cannot change the seasons, but you can change yourself. Therein lies the opportunity to live an extraordinary life, the opportunity to change yourself. The few who do are the envy of the many who watch. Maturity is the ability to reap without apology and not complain when things don't go well. Learn how to be happy with what you have while you pursue all that you want. We don't get what we need. We get what we search for. Take advantage of every opportunity to practice your communication skills so that when important occasions arise, you will have the gift, the style, the sharpness, the clarity, and the emotions to affect other people. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. It doesn't matter which side of the fence you get off on sometimes. What matters most is getting off. You cannot make progress without making decisions. It isn't what the book costs, it's what it will cost you if you don't read it. To solve any problem, here are 3 questions to ask yourself. First, what could I do? Second, what could I read? And third, who could I ask? The big challenge is to become all that you have the possibility of becoming. You cannot believe what it does to the human spirit to maximize your human potential and stretch yourself to the limit. If you just communicate, you can get by. But if you communicate skillfully, you can work miracles. The more obstacles you face and overcome, the more times you falter and get back on track, the more difficulties you struggle with and conquer, the more resiliency you will naturally develop. There is nothing that can hold you back, if you are resilient. The day you graduate from childhood to adulthood is the day you take full responsibility for your life. If you don't design your life plan, chances are you will fall into someone else's life plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment.